Think about it. You're born, you didn't ask to be here, but boom, you've arrived. And guess what? You owe for existing on the very planet that sustains you. We call this the Earth tax. We're not talking about paying your fair share. We're talking about a system rigged from the start. A system where the basics, land, water, the very air we breathe, are treated like commodities to be bought and sold. It wasn't always this way. For most of human history, we lived in communities. We shared resources. We understood that we were all in this together. So how did we get from there to a world where just existing feels like a debt you can never repay? Let's dive in. Imagine this vast landscapes, untouched and free. Then someone comes along and says, "This is mine." Thus began the concept of ownership. We divided the earth, claiming pieces for ourselves, building fences and borders. But here's the thing, the earth belongs to no one. It was here long before us, and it'll be here long after. The idea that one person or group could own a piece of it is a human invention, one that has had some pretty messed up consequences. This concept of ownership quickly morphed into systems of power. Kings and queens, emperors and empires, they all claimed dominion over land and resources, often through brutal force. And you know what? Those in power got to write the rules. Fast forward to today, and not much has changed. We've just traded monarchs for mega corporations and swords for stock options. The game, however, remains the same. Control the resources, control the people. Let's talk about you. You, the average person just trying to get by. You pay rent or a mortgage for a tiny slice of this planet. You shell out for water even though it falls from the sky. Food, expensive. Healthcare, don't even get me started. And if you try to opt out, say live off the grid, grow your own food, the system fights back. Building codes, permits, fines. Suddenly living simply becomes incredibly complicated and expensive. It's like they're saying, you want to exist? You got to pay to play. Every aspect of our lives has a price tag. Even breathing in a polluted city feels like it costs you something. Is this really what we signed up for? Section 4, money talks, we walk trapped in the cycle. Money. It makes the world go round, right? But what is money, really? It's just paper, metal, ones and zeros on a screen. We've given it this immense power, allowing it to dictate our lives. We trade our time and energy for it, often in jobs we don't like, just to turn around and spend it on the things we need to survive. And debt? That's the real kicker. Student loans, mortgages, credit card bills, they hang over our heads, keeping us trapped in this endless cycle of work and debt. We're born into it, we live with it, and many of us will die with it. This isn't freedom, it's a carefully constructed system of control. And who benefits? The ones at the top, the ones who print the money, write the laws, and set the rules of the game. Section 5, the illusion of scarcity. They got plenty, we don't. They tell us there's not enough to go around, not enough resources, not enough wealth, not enough opportunities. But is that really true? Look around. We live in a world of abundance. We produce enough food to feed everyone on the planet. We have the technology to provide clean water and renewable energy. So why are so many people struggling? Because scarcity is a myth, a carefully crafted narrative designed to keep us divided and fighting amongst ourselves. It's easier to control a population that's worried about survival than one that's thriving and demanding change. Think about it. When has there ever been a shortage of money for war, for bailing out banks, for tax breaks for the ultra-wealthy? The truth is there's plenty to go around. It's just being hoarded at the top. Section 6, War. The most funded business in the world. Let's talk about priorities. We pour trillions of dollars into war and weapons of destruction. We build bombs and drones while people go hungry and homeless. We prioritize profit over people, destruction over diplomacy. Think about how much we spend on the military-industrial complex. Now imagine if we redirected even a fraction of those funds towards education, healthcare, clean energy, ending poverty. What kind of world could we create? The answer is a world without an earth tax, a world where everyone has access to the resources they need to thrive. A world where we prioritize peace and cooperation over conflict and competition. Section 7, breaking free a world without an earth tax. So what do we do? How do we dismantle a system that feels so deeply entrenched? It starts with awareness. We need to recognize the earth tax for what it is, an unjust burden placed upon us by a system that benefits the few at the expense of the many. We need to challenge the narratives of scarcity and division. We need to demand a more equitable distribution of resources. We need to rewrite the rules of the game. Imagine a world where everyone has access to clean water, nutritious food, affordable housing, and quality healthcare. A world where education is free and opportunities are abundant. A world where we work to live, not live to work. This isn't a pipe dream. It's a future we can build together. It's time to reject the earth tax and reclaim our birthright. A world where everyone can thrive. The earth belongs to all of us. Let's start acting like it.